So, what happens when the voice, the actual signature voice of a massive YouTube channel, just disappears? Well, today we're breaking down how the Serious History channel is turning a pretty big problem into this really fascinating public search for a new narrator. And honestly, what this whole thing tells us about the connection between creators and their audience is pretty amazing. Okay, so to really get why this is such a big deal, you have to understand the foundation of the channel itself, and that is its community. It's not like they're just pushing out content into the void. There's a real relationship there, and the narrator makes that super clear right from the get-go. You see that? He kicks the whole thing off by putting the audience right up front. And look, this isn't just him being nice for the camera. He's making it crystal clear that the whole reason they do what they do is for the viewers. And that's the setup that makes the bad news he's about to drop hit so much harder. For a year and a half, he's been the guy bringing all these wild historical stories to life. He talks about how much fun it's been, and you can just tell he means it. He's painting this really great, stable picture of the channel. And then, boom, he pulls the rug out from under everyone. And right here, this is the pivot. After building up that awesome community connection and talking about how much he loves the job, he has to drop some news that pretty much threatens to stop everything in its tracks. What's so interesting here is how direct he is. No beating around the bush, he just lays it all out there. Being a YouTube narrator, that's not his only gig. He's also a military reservist. So, for anyone who doesn't know, being a reservist means you can get called up for active duty. And, well, that's exactly what just happened. He's being deployed for several months, and let's be real, in YouTube time, that is basically an eternity. And that's the bottom line, right there. The voice that you're used to hearing, the one that defines the whole style of the channel, is about to go quiet. This is the big challenge that the entire team is now facing. But here's where it gets good. Instead of hitting the panic button, the Serious History team just completely flips the script. They don't frame this as a disaster. They present it as the start of a brand new chapter. This is just a brilliant move. He immediately pivots from talking about his own absence to talking about the strength of the whole team. He's reassuring everyone, hey, the Serious History engine is so much bigger than just one guy. And he makes it clear the creative engine is still fired up and running at full speed. You still got the directors, the writers, the researchers, the animators. All of them are still there, working hard. The content factory is still open for business. It's actually super smart, right? By reminding everyone that the production team is still in place, they've taken what feels like this channel-ending catastrophe and boiled it down to just one single solvable problem. This is the last piece of the puzzle. All of that incredible work from the team, the scripts, the research, the animations, it's all ready to go. They just need, well, they need a voice. They need a storyteller. And this, my friends, is where the whole thing gets really interesting. Because the audience isn't just on the sidelines anymore. They're being invited to actually be part of the solution. So they're making it official. The search is on for a sub. And instead of just, posting on some job board, they're throwing the doors wide open to their own community and to the public. But it's not just about having a nice voice. They're very specific. You've got to have your own gear to record at home. You need to be able to act out those funny little skits they do. And then, you have to be able to hit those really powerful, emotional moments that make their stories so great. And they make it super easy to apply. If you think you've got the chops, just send over a portfolio or a sample of your work. And crucially, they ask everyone to spread the word. They've basically turned their entire audience into a giant recruiting network. And there it is. That's the direct line. For anyone who thinks they might be the one or knows someone who might be, all applications go straight to that email address. I also love how refreshingly honest they are about the pay. They make it really clear, yes, this is a paid gig, but they're also upfront about the reality of running a big animation channel on YouTube. The budget's tight. It just manages everyone's expectations right from the start. Okay, so the hunt is officially on. The next logical question is, what does this mean for us, the viewers, like right now? Well, the channel totally gets that and lays out a really clear plan for the transition. So the change isn't going to be sudden or jarring. Turns out there's a backlog of a few more videos that are already recorded with the current narrator. That's great, because it gives the team some breathing room to find the right person without the content flow stopping. And this is probably the most important part. They promise they're not just going to surprise everyone with some random new voice one day. The plan is to actually introduce the new person to the community first to make sure it's a smooth and welcoming handover for everybody. And so that's where we're left. We have this absolutely fascinating public question. A massive challenge for a creator has been masterfully spun into a community-driven story. The search is on, and now the entire audience gets to watch and wait to see who's going to be the next voice to step up to the mic.